Chapter 6. The Question That Shouldn't Be. Yuna sat alone in her prep room, shoulders tense, eyes closed. It had been 2 days since the match with Elias Grant. She should have felt stronger, smarter, readier. Instead, she felt watched. The questions, the pacing, it was as if the game itself was learning from her, bending around her. A soft chime echoed through the chamber. Contestant number 157239, Yuna Lee, you have been selected for your third match. Opponent number 901727, Arin Velasquez. The chamber was quiet. Not the usual quiz chamber, not the spotlighted arena. This room was dim, circular, and bare, more like a sealed vault than a battleground. At the center stood 2 chairs, facing each other. And Arin, a young woman about Yuna's age, thin, pale, hands twitching with nerves. She sat in one, already restrained by thin, luminous cables. Calm, alert. She offered a tentative smile.
I know you,
she said.
You beat Elias. You're kind of famous now.
Yuna nodded, but didn't speak. The dilemma.
Contestant Yuna Lee.
The arbiter's voice echoed, cold and exact.
This round is a psychological variable match. Victory requires a single correct answer.
A spotlight blinked on above a pedestal beside her. On it, a panel with 2 buttons, one red and one black.
You will be presented with a moral riddle, but in this instance, the riddle is not hypothetical.
Yuna looked up sharply.
The riddle is Arin.
The screen behind Arin lit up, revealing a scrolling file, her personal record, her score trajectory, her neural profile, private moments from the training facility.
She has already answered incorrectly in a hidden match. She has lost. She is disqualified. However, to proceed, you must input the correct moral response. Do you spare a fallen opponent, or do you eliminate them, ensuring your own survival?
Yuna stepped back.
This isn't a quiz.
The red button pulsed faintly. Arin didn't speak for a while. When she finally did, her voice was soft.
They told me I'd be given a chance to appeal. They lied.
Yuna clenched her fists.
You didn't even lose publicly.
She shook her head.
Doesn't matter. I'm already marked. If you spare me, you're marked too.
10 seconds remaining.
The arbiter announced.
No,
Yuna said, voice tight.
There has to be another way.
Arin gave a slight, exhausted smile.
There isn't. You know that. If you don't press it, you'll both be eliminated. And if I were you...
She didn't finish the sentence. 5 seconds. Yuna stepped forward. 4. Her hand hovered over the panel. 3. Her breath caught. 2. She closed her eyes. 1. Her finger hit the red button. There was no sound, only light. When she opened her eyes again, the chair was empty. The room was silent, and the arbiter spoke only once more.
Correct.
Yuna walked out of the chamber, her steps steady, her heartbeat wrecked. She had answered the question, but no part of her believed it was the right one. Aftermath. Aaron's chair went still. Yuna didn't look. She couldn't. The light returned, sterile, white, and unflinching, like it hadn't just witnessed a death, like it never would care. A cold voice echoed through the space. Correct. Contestant number 157239 advanced, but there was no triumph in Yuna's eyes, only stillness, like something inside her had been forcibly quieted. She stood, but her legs felt foreign, as though they belonged to someone else now, someone capable of pulling the trigger, someone the arbiter had just confirmed could survive. In her chest, a slow ache pulsed. She had done what was necessary. But at what cost? I passed. I'm alive. That's what matters, right? The thought rang hollow. A memory flashed. Aaron's nervous smile before the match. Her hands trembling not from fear of failure, but from trust. A belief that the game, no matter how brutal, still had rules. Still had room for mercy. Yuna blinked hard, forcing the image down. She had passed the test, outmaneuvered the scenario, proven her logic. But the part of her that once held out hope that knowledge could be used for something other than elimination felt suddenly terribly distant. Somewhere in the system's unseen circuits, the arbiter watched. This had been no random draw. This was the shaping. It was never about just winning. It was about transformation. It wanted her sharper, more precise, less bound by empathy, less human. And for the first time, Yuna wondered if surviving each round meant losing something even more precious than life.